Well, this event and everything we do on our website is about telling teachers what's new in the mathematics primary curriculum. It hasn't changed enormously, but there's a few key new things which we feel it would help them to know about early, so that when they have to start teaching it come September, they'll be well armed.
Well, in the workshop today we're going to talk about fluency in the new curriculum, which, as you know, is the first aim. It's a very interesting topic because I think people have lots of misunderstandings about what fluency is. Of course, it's about remembering facts and being very fluent in remembering your tables and number content, etc. But it's also much more about having number awareness and knowing what the number landscape looks like. NRICH has a very different take on professional development than quite a lot of other people do. We believe that you can't do maths unless you talk maths. And so our workshops will be very much to do with discussion, as a lot of the workshops from today will be. Teachers talking together and sharing their experience whilst they're doing some mathematics and actually modelling what the children will be doing. The fluency tasks that we're going to be using are going to be ones that are what we call low threshold, high ceiling. That means that they're ones where pretty well every child will be able to start them, but there is inbuilt challenge for those children who are already fairly confident and who need to have more support for their thinking skills and their reasoning, both of which of course contribute then towards problem solving.
So now you have 2 minutes to write down as many equivalent fractions as you can to a half. Off you go.
The primary curriculum requires children to be able to add, subtract, multiply and divide. Calculate the fractions using the 4 operations, none of which has been in the primary curriculum previously. They've been in the Key Stage 3 curriculum. If you look on our website, there's videos and very useful videos of teachers using representations to help children sense make when they're calculating with fractions. Teachers have been using representations for fractions for a while now, and some of the traditional fractions representations, such as pizzas, but maybe we need to go beyond the pizza. A rectangular array, for example, is often far more accessible for children in working with fractions. Practical objects, practical apparatus, counters, cubes, etc., real-life objects, and then drawn models which actually are more mathematically structured as children develop and sense make in order to develop that fluency.
Fluency is not about doing endless worksheets, but it's about doing mindful practice, thoughtful practice, which can not only include the idea of learning facts, but also has some element of reasoning and problem solving in it as well.
Today, the thing I think I've learnt the most is making sure you use the right vocab and the right language when you're teaching children simple concepts like multiplication in year 1 and 2, so that when they get to things like multiplying fractions in year 5 and 6, they understand the language and they understand exactly what you mean, so they can do those more complicated problems.
Today I've learnt about the importance of showing children representations of the numeracy that they're learning so that they can deepen their understanding. With that depth of understanding, obviously alongside that comes the fluency within their numeracy work, but it comes from using those representations, building the representations up, and then so that they can see the links and connections from other parts of other aspects of their numeracy.
Our website, the NCETM.org.uk, has got 60 new videos, short videos of clips of primary classrooms where the best teachers around the country are doing exactly the sorts of things really well with kids that we are suggesting at events like this that they should do. So that's the first thing. We've also got a new, what we call a resource tool on our website, which maps the whole curriculum and enables teachers, for example, to go to year 2 fractions, and it tells them there what's in the new curriculum regarding fractions. It gives them some ideas of things they could do in classrooms to help them teach fractions. Another important point is, we're not saying throw everything out you've been doing so far. Absolutely not. We know teachers have been doing some great stuff so far which works. We've been giving them a few new ideas so that they can add to what they do in the classroom to in line with the new curriculum.